Okay, dear Santa, Merry Christmas. I was very good this year, and I tried really hard to get along with my brothers, even though Michael made it really hard. I want a 007 attaché case, an erector set, and a Barbie doll. We left you some milk and cookies, and I hope you like them. Love, 2 cents, Pats. Have you ever written a letter to Santa? Have you encouraged your children to write letters to Santa? Do you realize how fascinating that is probably the first time you wrote your desires down on paper? And we know so much about writing and setting goals and desires, and yet that is a time when we're very young and we get a chance to do it. Did you receive the gift that you asked for? You know, I never did get that Barbie doll, not until years later. I think I got some kind of knockoff, but if you did receive what you wanted, did you feel the magic of like putting something down and receiving it? It felt like magic. Or if you didn't receive what it was that you were looking for, what you asked for, did that color your whole life about asking and receiving? So I want to know to Nancy and Angela and Jennifer and Karen and Gail and Debbie, do you know what you want for 2017? Have you stopped to take the time to think about it, to write about it? I'm here today to promote writing as a method of connecting with yourself. My name is Pat Beaupre-Becker. I'm a certified life coach, and I work with survivors of child sexual abuse who want to change the way they experience their past and also lose 40 pounds. So what does writing have to do with changing anything? Well, writing is a form of learning about ourselves. Like, we have to know what it is that we have, what it is that we want, and writing will give us information. It kind of putting it down on paper, making that, takes it, that connection, takes it out of our brains and puts it in a place where we can see it. And then it can become useful. So this whole year of Facebook Lives is all about self-knowledge and discovery. And the purpose of it is to begin to live with purpose and on purpose, instead of being kind of like living at life, being tossed in the wind. It's kind of like we set anchor down, and from that anchored place, we can look at our lives and make choices about how we want to live that life. I recently went online and I discovered, I did this countdown. So I actually have lived 87,000 plus days in my life, and I only have about 8,796 days left. So for me, I want those 8,796, if I'm healthy, if I'm lucky enough to live that long, to be filled with presence and joy and purpose, not to be filled with grief and sorrow. You know, I spent so much of my early years just reacting to thoughts that I had about my past, feeling bad, interpreting situations. You did something, made me feel bad, and consistently I felt really bad inside. I was very critical, and using daily meditation and daily writing has really helped me to look at those thoughts and then to be able to choose them by learning the tools that I teach in my coaching program. So what is the point of this connection? So last week we talked about meditation, and I taught you several different kinds of meditation. So did you do any meditation last week? Can you write in the comments and let me know if you did and what your experience was? And how about that cultivating kindness? Did you cultivate a practice of being kind to yourself? So I want to continue in that method, another method of connecting with ourselves through a daily practice, and that practice is writing. Now, just like in meditation, they've done lots of studies now and research about expressive writing, and they've actually found that it reduces stress, that it, for physical symptoms of any diseases, it can help with that. It is even proven to help with your GPA, or to what other things was there? but just generally stress. So writing has been proven, just like meditation has been proven, to help you to kind of have a better life. So we know these things, and the thing is, they are kind of free. All it takes is us giving time to ourselves. And that time is intimacy, right? Again, we talked last week about when you meet somebody for the first time, you're just so excited, you want to spend time with them, you want to get to know them. Well, with intimacy with ourselves, how do we do that? So writing is a way of learning about ourselves, to learn what intimacy is. And as I wrote in my blog today, you know, intimacy is not necessarily easy. It's messy. We all long for intimacy in our relationships and with others, but how about intimacy with ourselves? So writing is going to be a way where you actually can develop a relationship of intimacy with yourself. So in addition to all the research, I don't know if you guys have heard of Tim Ferriss. He just came out with a new book called Tools of Titans. And Tim is like obsessed with morning rituals and high performance and finding the best way, the most efficient way to be better and to get better each day. And he is a proponent of writing. He does either morning pages, or he writes in the 5-minute journal. And I actually have a copy of that. So I got the 5-minute journal, and this is what it is. And it's just basically 1 page in a day, and you fill out this little 3 questions that you answer, three answers to 3 different questions during the day, and then in the evening you kind of settle in and you do you answer 2 other questions. So his questions in this book is: I'm grateful for, what would make today great, daily affirmations, and then at the end of the day, amazing things that happened today, and how could I have made today even better? So these are just kind of times to stop and contemplate. And in the world that's moving so fast, it becomes so difficult to do that. We just find it difficult to take the time. Even sometimes in the morning during my meditation, if I check my email first, it's like I could go on Facebook and I could just be lost for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, come back and realize that I haven't finished my meditation, or I haven't finished the things that I wanted to accomplish. So it does take practice. I mean, practice is, I used to think discipline was a dirty word, but I'm learning that the word really is practice. And practicing every day a little bit is really going to have a big impact in your life. As Tim Ferriss says in his book, small things are big things. To give you a couple of exercises. So the exercise is, I want you to start in the morning with 10 minutes and get a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write free-flowing thoughts for 10 minutes. Just kind of what you're doing, what you're feeling, even maybe what your plans are for the day. Just something to kind of get the juices flowing, and just keep writing for 10 minutes. Then close the book, and then you could do your meditation or go off and take care of the rest of your day. If the morning doesn't work out, then try 10 minutes at the end of the day. I myself do the morning writing, and then I also do a kind of a quick check-in at the end of the day, kind of look at, did I accomplish my goals? Did I get what I wanted done? Was I productive? Was I loving? Was I kind? And then to reset for the next day. So that's one practice I offer. The second exercise is to just write a list of 10 things you're grateful for. And those 10 things, I want you to get very specific. And I give the example in my blog. Instead of saying, I'm grateful for my husband, I could say, I'm really grateful that my husband prepares the coffee for me at the end of the day, so that in the morning we just push the button and it goes. And I'm really grateful for that little thing that he does. So if you list every day 10 things you're grateful for, that will also kind of change the mood. It can actually influence the mood that you're in during the day. And there's so many studies done on gratitude. So those are the 2 things I want to teach you today about writing, and I want to really encourage you to make a commitment to yourself. And you know, one of the things I talked about a little bit last week is, why do I do this work? And I do this work, and why does it matter whether we sit and write? And it's because I want you to be fully present in your life. I don't want you to waste any more time if that's what you want. I want you to live in the body that you want to live in and to have the kind of life that's filled with love, acceptance, and that's why I do what I do. So my new program, which is called How to Change the Past and Lose 40 Pounds, is made for women over 60, survivors of child sexual abuse who want to lose 40 pounds and just kind of be happier with themselves and to take that critical thoughts they have in their mind and transform them into more acceptance and love, and then connect with other people as well. So we need you all in this time, and we want you all to be fully present and giving your best self. So any way that I can help you do that, I'd love to just get in touch with me through my email or on my website. So that's www.beauprecoaching.com. And if you go to the Work With Me page, you can fill out an application if you're interested in the program, How to Change the Past and Lose 40 Pounds. So I thank you, and I hope you have the merriest of Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas, or if there's any other holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, that are coming up that you are celebrating, or just being alive, celebrating being alive. I really wish you the best, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.